And recording. All right. Welcome to the BOGcast, episode 8. Gentlemen, I saw y'all like 15 hours ago, but I'm happy to see you again. Let's be clear.
Now, Coleman, what are you eating right there?
Little Dairy Queen.
Oh, not a sponsor.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. Huh?
You got you a blizzy, a little blizzy. You turn it upside down. You got
Little
one.
blizzy. You got me a little blizzy, little cheeseburger. You know.
Hey.
Hold on. Show us this blizzy.
It's in the freezer.
I don't believe you have one. I don't think you have one.
Who goes to Dairy Queen and doesn't get a blizzard?
Hey, Helton, I see your little Steel City mug.
Right here. Got it a couple of years ago in the most beautiful city in America.
What's the Steel City? Is that Detroit?
Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Oh, my bad.
Not a place I would ever recommend living, but it wasn't terrible.
Hey, there are a lot of cities in the Northeast and in the central part of the country I have zero desire to live in.
Cleveland.
Think of anywhere in Ohio.
Right.
Where do you want to live at in Ohio? Columbus? Pass.
Cincinnati?
Pass.
Sandusky?
Toledo?
No, pass.
I don't know. I hear Toledo is beautiful in the springtime.
No.
Oh, man. Hey, listen, I want to start off with it's not breaking news, but it's news. It's news. I just want to say 20 and 20.
2020, 2020, 2020,
2020, 2021.
2020.
Need more 20s.
20 and 2020, 2021.
Yeah.
20.
Yes. Big win last night, gentlemen. Big win last night.
The streak goes on.
The streak goes on.
Well, I know we talked about how it was nice to have a football game last week and saw that against Midwest City. And I don't want to speak for anybody but myself, but it feels like last week was more normal than it's been since we kind of been in school, you know?
Yeah.
Even though crowd size was a little bit smaller, it still felt like it was a big deal. So kids played well. Credit to those guys.
They did. Job. And it was nice to be out there, you know, the old Friday night lights. It was normal, and that was good. So tradition continues.
Run that flag, Hilton. You look great.
I thought I looked pretty good. You know, I'm hoping that the kids didn't pay attention to, you know, how fat I've gotten over the last year, but I felt pretty streamlined, and yeah.
You were very aerodynamic.
Yeah, I did.
At one point, I saw you running by, and Riggs elbowed me and goes, "Hey, who's the chubby kid in the bag?" I said, "Dude, that's not cool. That's not cool." I said, "That's our friend, okay?" He said, "Oh, that's Helton." I go, "Yeah, dude, that's messed up."
Golly.
I defended you, Jimbo. All right.
Not true.
I appreciate that. You know,
Not true.
Well, okay. All right. I trust Riggs. I think Cole may have made that up.
Yeah.
Wow.
Listen, seriously, a serious note, the tradition goes on. Couldn't be prouder, not just as a Jaguar, but, you know, as your friend, as 1/3 of this super organism, just super proud of you guys. And
Thank you, sir.
yeah, that's pretty much it. So little salute. All right, so let's get into some head-to-head action. Now, I took some inspiration from last week's head-to-head because it had a nice little theme going on in it, and I thought, you know, I've got a theme. Oh, I've got a theme. You guys have known me for years, and I think you know that, and can back me up, that I'm a person who just gets really annoyed by things that make no difference in the world.
Yep.
Like, I turn a blind eye to like the big things, and then I just get really freaking annoyed by all the little things. So we are doing head-to-head most annoying edition. Things that I just have to say on a personal level offend me, that aren't that big of a deal, but just I find offensive.
I'm so ready. This is great.
So let's start off. Guys, I got to tell you, this one is super annoying. Super annoying. People who won't replace the roll versus people who won't take the trash out.
Oh.
Now, we always followed a rule. I'll just put it this way. We always followed a rule in the Helton household that we stole from The Simpsons, and that was he who tops it off drops it off. Yeah. No one lived by that rule. Let's be clear. So, especially not me. So, what's more annoying?
I'm going to go with people who won't replace the roll. Because here's the deal. In my household, there's only one person that takes the trash out. It's this guy. My wife adamantly refuses to take the trash out. And I don't mean like, hey, take it to the trash can. I mean like just put it in the garage. Like our trash can is underneath like one of our countertops, and she will stack trash on the countertop before she takes the trash out.
Over where the trash can is?
Yes. Yes. Like the trash is full. Where do I put it? On top of the counter where the trash can is. All right, I get the message. So I'm used to that one. The one that pisses me off more than anything is when I'm taking a freaking squat and dump, and I reach over and there's no toilet paper, not even like a little bit to get me started, and you got to get up, hobble your way around looking for toilet paper, hoping you're not dripping anything anywhere or anything like that. I've been in some bad situations where there's no toilet paper, dude. Real bad. And that's without a doubt way worse than some smelly trash. I promise.
Believe it or not, I'm going to agree with Ramsey.
Yes.
The trash, same thing in my house. The trash is my job. And really, to be honest, that's probably one of the only things that I'm really any good at anyway. I say good at. The only thing that I actually do, I mean. Because Mallory pretty much carries the household cleaning things. God bless her. But so that's kind of my one chore. If I want to get my allowance for the week, I got to take out the trash. And so, yeah, that's not a big deal to me. That's the one thing I do. So, I'll handle it. If nobody else does, I'll take it. The thing with the toilet roll that really it makes it more annoying to me is the fact that it's so easy to do. It's not like you got to take out the trash. You actually got to get it out, tie it up, go take it outside, put it in the trash can, come back. Then you got to get another bag, put the bag in, and do, with a toilet paper roll, at least in my house, like we store the toilet paper right underneath the sink, which is right next to the toilet. So it's like you don't even have to get up off the toilet really to get to that next roll. And it's like, how hard is that? Just do it, and it'll take you 5 seconds just to replace the roll. So without a doubt, toilet paper roll. That's the worst one, the more annoying one.
Okay, I think we got a threefer.
Yeah.
Because the trash is one thing. Now here's the thing. I live by myself. I have no one to blame but myself, which makes it more annoying. I get really annoyed with myself.
God dang it!
But at one point in my life, I don't know why. I think it's because I was afraid that people would look under my sink and see that I kept toilet paper and that I was a mortal who had to use the bathroom occasionally. So I would keep the toilet paper in a closet in the other room. I really don't know why I did that. And then I would forget that I hadn't put a new one on, and then I'd be in a situation, and I'll spare you the details, but there was a lot of waddling. So
The waddle of shame.
Of shame. It's shameful. So yeah, definitely people, including myself, who won't replace the role. Okay, next one. Most annoying. Humble braggers or know-it-alls?
Oh my gosh. Oh, I don't know. Golly. Yeah, I hate them both. Okay, so here's where I'm kind of leaning. I think probably the more annoying, I'm going to say humble bragger. And the main reason for it, I think a know-it-all kind of can admit the fact that they're a know-it-all, and they're going to like embrace the fact that they're trying to tell you how to live your life or how to do this or that. And they just know every little situation. They can acknowledge the fact that the humble braggers kind of play it off like, you know, they're nonchalant trying to shove something in your face. Like, yeah, you know, the other day when I was riding in my Lamborghini and, you know, just try to like slowly, subtly throw things in.
Okay, this is
like,
a rig. This is a rig.
Sounds like somebody I know.
This isn't our problem. No.
Sounds like somebody I know. I don't know.
What are you talking about?
I don't know.
Well, the other day whenever I was riding my moped, no, but it just like at least know-it-alls are up front. You know, the humble bragger that tries to just like play it off like they're not something when really they're trying to get you to see something, then man, that drives me crazy.
I'm gonna disagree. I'm gonna say know-it-alls are worse.
Yeah.
And kind of on the same lines, Riggs, like you prefer the humble bragger or you prefer the know-it-alls because like they're being honest, like that's who they are. I prefer to be around humble braggers because at least they're like, hey, I probably shouldn't be just blatantly a jerk about this and blatantly just blah, 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 like I've got all the answers. They kind of hide the fact that they think they know everything by being a little bit of humble. You know, a little bit humble is better than no bit humble, in my opinion. You know, nothing's worse than having a guy that just thinks he knows everything about everything and he's an expert on everything. Well, you should do this, you should do that, blah, blah, blah. Dude, you don't know anything more than I do, okay? And the stuff you think you know more than, you probably don't. So keep your stupid opinion to yourself and leave me alone. Humble braggers, not still annoying.
Yeah.
But not as annoying. Coming down to Hilton.
I got to tell you, so I feel you when you talk about know-it-alls because there's nothing worse than somebody who, I guess, like doesn't know anything about your situation trying to tell you how you need to do it. You know, Jay-Z said somebody can tell you how to do it. They never did it. One of those things, right?
Yeah.
There
we go, Jay-Z.
There you go. But I got to disagree. I'm going to agree with Riggs on this one. Humble braggers, and I've got to tell you, this phrase just crawls all over me. All glory to God. All glory to God. All three of us, you know, we're deep in the college football world. We pay attention to the recruiting crap, and the second I see all glory to God, I want to put my fist through my computer screen, and here's why. You think that the creator of the universe gives two craps about your being offered to play at some like Division III school? He doesn't.
Ooh.
He doesn't.
Crushing some souls right now.
The planets, you know, being kept in their orbits, I think is a little more important. So humble braggers, they crawl all over me. I can't stand it. Can't. So, all right. Well, we had a threefer. We split the vote on this one. Let's see what happens on the last one for head to head this week. What's worse, too much perfume and cologne or intense body odor?
Oh.
Okay.
Oh,
Now, so far with pretty much all of these, right? As soon as I see these things, instantly people are popping in my head, and just like thinking of the people that I've been around that just reek of perfume, it gives you a headache. And thinking of the people that I've been around that just you can tell they're not wearing deodorant at that specific time. It's not even close to me. I'll take too much of a good thing over a bad thing at any point. You know what I'm saying? I'll take the pleasant smell of flowers just attacking my eyeballs over somebody's just complete disgust and sweat. It just absolutely grosses me out. And the other thing that kind of goes with BO to me kind of goes into bad breath and more people popping in my head. Boy, I mean, just that stink of just sweaty armpits and nasty feet and bad breath. That just is way worse than somebody wearing too much Old Spice or Axe.
Okay.
I'm with you, Riggs. I'm so with you. You know, do I like it when people wear too much perfume? Do I like my,
No.
70-year-old old lady who smells like a funeral home hugging me? No, it's not super enjoyable. But I tell you what, she's trying.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
the guy with terrible BO just kind of hanging all over you. Dude, you just don't care. Like, you're that selfish. You don't care that you stink. And you're going to make me miserable by making me deal with your stank. All right? Like, you didn't put deodorant on. You know that you haven't showered in 3 days. You know you didn't brush your teeth and you're up in my face. Like, how rude can you get? You just don't care about any type of social norms. Huh? You should probably you don't even belong in society at this point. We got some rules, big guy. All right? You got to follow along with a couple of these. But I guess not. There's some people that don't do it. Rude. It is. It's rude.
We've got ourselves a threefer.
Yes.
Because, here's the deal. Too much perfume cologne, like you said, Riggs, I'd rather take too much of a good thing over too much of a bad thing. But there's something about BO. It's contagious. It's freaking contagious. If you are around someone who smells bad, you can smell it on yourself, and I can't do it. I will not do it.
Well, and the other part is you become there's that first second that you smell it that you think, is that me?
Yes.
And you're just like, you just become real concerned and like, I know I put on deodorant. I know I did. Like, I showered. I know that can't. And then when you it's like the level of insecurity it causes for a second. It's like, oh no, what? Okay, it's not me, but
it's
still, okay. Yeah. You are a jerk, my friend.
Yes.
Why is he doing this to me? I've, not only are my nostrils attacked, but my emotions are attacked.
Yeah.
Why is this? I thought we were friends. Why is this guy doing this to me? I don't understand. What did I do?
And you're causing me to do more laundry because God knows if you're around someone with BO and you're wearing nice clothes, that stuff's got to go to the dry cleaner at that point.
Yep.
I'm sorry, but it's true. All right. I have to say, we had 2 threefers.
There we go.
That's the first time that's ever happened.
Lately.
5 of the last 6.
Yeah.
That's a big deal.
The hive mind, man.
The longer that we go, I think we just get more in tune.
Oh, I got kind of sucked into it.
Next thing you know, the world,
one day when science gets far enough and we all upload our consciousness onto a computer.
Next year.
That's probably next year. That's really going to be the ultimate for us.
Yeah.
So, well, listen, we got a new segment. Call it School Days. School Days is a serious discussion of issues in education. And serious discussion. And, at this point, I'd like to introduce our special guest.
Special guest?
Mr. Spencer Braggs.
Yes, Mr. Braggs. Oh, he's connecting to the audio. There he is.
There he is.
There he is.
Wow.
There he
Number
is.
one, I would like to comment on the soul patch and the stash.
You haven't seen it this year because I've had my mask on.
Yeah.
You sure have.
Yes.
We have all kind of have. I mean, full
Hey,
beard
I got
now.
facial there. Huh?
I know it. And I assume that this is a for the kids interview podcast. Okay, great.
We're
No
keeping
cursing
it
allowed.
nice and friendly, nice and school appropriate.
Okay, good. That's awesome. This is great. First off, I want to say thank you for allowing me to be on your show. I know that I kind of bulldog my way in and felt like I kind of needed to be a part of this thing, but I think all bald-headed folks need to stick together, and
That's right.
I didn't want to feel like I was being left out. So
Well, now, Mr. Braggs, if I remember right, last year we may have offered you a spot as the administrative liaison for the BOG, and you refused to grow a mustache.
well, I'm real good with. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm just saying. I mean, it's not that you haven't had opportunity; it's that you haven't taken advantage of the opportunity.
Well, it kind of goes. There's some things that go hand in hand with that. I mean, you cut your hair, and that's a bald thing. You grow the mustache and the beard, and that kind of goes together. But I think what you wanted me to do was to keep the stash and let go of the bottom half. And there's some places I'm not willing to go. I hope that there's some other way that I can get that title or just be a part of it. And I think we're working in the right direction to doing that.
Well, let's see how this interview goes first.
First date,
Okay, fair enough.
Okay, so we've got some educational questions that we want your opinion on. I've got some. These other guys may have some as well. Cole, I think, has been sitting on some questions for a while. So we're going to start off. I just want to get your take. What are the biggest issues facing bald men in education these days?
In my position right now, I would almost say that the young folk don't understand what it means to bear the bald head. Right now, it's a source of ridicule, and if somebody's going to lash an insult at you, that's kind of one of the first things is that they lash out, and a lot of them don't understand that this is a choice. It takes a strong man to be able to go bald. Mm-hmm. and do it and wear it with style. And so a lot of these young folks don't understand that. And they will, one way or another. They're going to lose it or figure out that, it takes a lot of time to style that hair to get that $8. Well, it's not $8 anymore. From what I remember, the last haircut I had, $8 was a lot to get a haircut. And now I'm hearing that it's upwards to $18 to $25, $30. And I don't see any sense in that nonsense of paying that much money when you have a nice round bald head, and it's stylish. It is in.
Yes.
I gotta agree, Mr. Braggs. It seems like kids today, that's the go-to thing. When you start getting on a kid for something, the first go-to for them is, "Oh, okay, baldy." Like it's an insult.
Yeah.
We've really got to change the mindset of the public to understand we're better than you because we have bald heads,
Oh, not a lot of people can do it. Whether they have the wrinkle head, where it looks like a pack of hot dogs in the top, or that they don't have the round head. They have a bullet shaped head that looks like they got shot out the canal. I mean, there's a lot of different criteria that puts you in that good category of, hey, this is acceptable. And then there are some people that probably should shy away from it.
Yeah.
And I think all four of us can probably agree that we got lucky with perfectly round heads.
Absolutely. I learned that a long time ago at a young age when I started playing football and stuff that the helmet fitting was an easy day. It was an easy day for me. And I'm sure it was an easy day for some of my friends here on the podcast that, you know, about one or two helmets and you were in. You know, you can just hold the face mask and it formed out nice. Now there's some other people again that's got the oblong, Indiana Jones, crystal skull type, elongated cranium, and got to take a little bit more time, a little bit more edge measurements, a little bit more pad replacements. So
Hey, Mr. Braggs, you know, you just kind of hinted at it, but I know you were a top tier, you know, Division I athlete, you know, went to Tulsa to play football and was a really good football player down in Lawton in your day. You know, do you think, you know, I have my own opinions, but do you think perhaps just the pure genetic benefit of having a bald head in your genes, is there some correlation between that and having, you know, great athleticism?
You know, I kind of learned or kind of even touched on the surface my sophomore year whenever I got really into athletics, and whenever I started high school. 10th grade was when we got into the high school. So I learned around that 14, 15-year-old age that, you know, when we made it to the playoffs, one of our traditions was we had to shave our heads. I went to Lawton Eisenhower, which our mascot were the Eagles. So playoff time was bald eagles. And as a freshman, I was one of the ones that had a high top fade and had the edge up, and one of the upperclassmen came in and plucked me. What that means is somebody had a pair of clippers and they cut my head bald right here. So you had to make a choice. Either you were going to cut it down really low or you were going to go bald. And I chose the latter, and learned right then and there that there was something to that. Athletically, I don't want to say it was a metamorphosis, but there was a change. There was a confidence of, you know, not only did I look older with the bald head, there was a certain confidence, a certain air about yourselves, not only being in the playoffs, but you walked around and people knew that, hey, that dude's a bald eagle. He's about something. So, and it's one of those things that just stuck, you know, when it started growing back, it's like, why grow it back? You know, we're going to keep it bald. There's a lot of pros to it than the cons. So I hope that answered your question. I'm sorry.
Excellent. Oh yeah, it was great.
Okay. I have to agree. There's a confidence that comes with baldness that all these hairy people will never understand.
Oh, they miss it. They miss it. You know, you can have the chest hair, you can have the leg hair, you can have the back hair, you can have all that type of things. And you know, there's something to be said about being able to grow a full beard. But growing hair is easy. Cutting it and styling it and rocking it and weathering it and shaping it, seasoning it like you would a good skillet or a pot or something of that nature. There's something to that. There really is. You know, you never have to worry about the maintenance. You never have to worry about the lice or any other type of issues that come along with people who have long hair. The mattedness, the dreading. You know, some kids are trying to twist and dread. I don't have that. We don't have that, and we'll never have that because this is the way to go.
Because we're better.
I'm a firm believer in that.
Absolutely.
I'm a firm believer in that.
Do you ever wish that we worked in a school filled with bald people?
I think it's coming around. I think more people are buying into the, hey, you know, there's something to that. That guy's different, not only in the way he looks, but then the way that he carries himself. I think there is. I think it's trending. Should I say it's trending? And before long, there'll be more people that are bald than not.
This week, I think we should try to hold John Finn down and shave his head.
Ooh, might take a couple of us.
I didn't say we wouldn't need help. I just think we should try it.
You know, Mr. Ross is kind of, you know, almost in that. He's got kind of just the low-cut buzz, you know, so we're already, you know, getting up there with our administrative team. If we can get John Finn and Mr. Langford on board, I think I think that might be for the betterment of the school.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, I'll tell you this. Mr. Ross is on the fence.
yeah,
He's
right.
at that stage where we're cutting it low. We're using a one guard. We're testing the waters, but we are kind of pulling back. There are some cul-de-sacs that are happening. And there's going to be a point when we wake up and it's just, that's the natural, that's the easy progression to go about doing it. I don't know if it's a teacher dare. I don't know if it's a fundraiser. I don't know if it's just, hey, you know, some things are just best to let go.
Yeah.
And we're getting there. Mr. Langford, it's probably going to take a little time. He is a firm believer on the side one. But he does believe in the top tuft of hair. But Mr. Finn, I think it could go either way. I think that a conversation would mean to be had as opposed to forcing that on him, and give him good quality reasons on why. And I think if you almost employ his wife, that I think he loves very, very much, that would probably get us rolling in the right direction.
Okay. I'm going to tell you, I do not propose that we try to hold Joe Bob down and shave his head. I don't even want to know the ways that man could take me down. But there are a lot of them, I'm sure.
He's trained very well by our country and our tax dollars. So yeah, I think we may want to hold off on that and let him be able to come to that conclusion, that decision.
I agree. Now, what are students getting by having bald men in the classroom? There's got to be some benefits.
Quality education. Just a standard of a model of what a model man should look like, and what a professional looks like, about how someone can carry themselves, because that the bald hairstyle is timeless. I mean, let's think about it. Some of us came in with no hair, and it's just kind of a cycle that it grew, and we're going back to the roots. And that's what we all need to do. We need to go back to the roots of it all. And when students see that, that's like, hey, this guy's gone full circle. And there's something to be said about that. You know, we're not worried about anything else. It's not a thing about looking good, because we exude the confidence. We're here to teach the material. Get on board or get out.
Wow.
I'm so
I said
inspired.
it better
Greg.
myself.
I'm so inspired. If you look around the group, you know, we've got one person in here, district teacher of the year. We got another guy here, the star at the bottom. Now he's an administrator. You know, really, me and Riggs got to start stepping up. You know, we got Riggs. From what I hear, one of the leaders in the math department at Westmore High School. You know, it's a pretty big
absolutely.
deal. So 3 out of 4.
Hey,
I'm just kind of, I guess. I don't know.
I'm telling you, the trajectory is there. I mean, it's just wanting to put that foot forward, and you know, a lot of those things are taking care of itself. It's just a want-to deal. It's a want-to deal. I mean, you wanted to go bald. You want to better yourself. It's just now taking that first step forward, and that's the hardest one. That first one is the hardest one. But once you get your footing down, it's a run. I mean, you got a running start at it.
I think we're about to have a bald guy back in the teacher of the year spot. I'm just saying, I'm feeling it. I think we all know. So, Mr. Braggs, we can't thank you enough for taking some time out of your day, joining the BOGcast. Gentlemen, how do you feel like it went? Do you think we can maybe reconsider some things?
Yes.
I think we have a serious conversation that needs to be had about perhaps opening that position of administrator liaison between the BOG and the top tier powerhouse that is Westmore administration. You know, we'll have to do that kind of off the air. But, you know, I feel like as far as an interview process, Mr. Braggs, you were a great guest. We really appreciate you coming on, man.
Thank you very much.
Well, I think I appreciate you having me. Again, it's always an honor to be able to talk to some of the finest educators that we have. I've been a lot of different places, and I'm not just saying that, but the camaraderie the relationships that you guys have on that the West Wing exudes. I know that you guys may be the farthest classrooms in the farthest hall, but there's a lot of other halls that want to be just like you. They're really trying to figure out their way. They do need to come down and see what it really is all about. But you just can't talk about it. You got to experience it. And so I'm lucky that I get to experience that several times a day throughout the week and throughout the year. So I appreciate you guys.
Thank you. We appreciate you. And would you come back and do this again?
Absolutely. Anytime, guys.
Fantastic.
All right. Spencer Braggs, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Braggs.
All right.
We will see you next week.
All right.
All right.
Have a great day, guys.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Man.
God,
Guys.
I'll tell you what.
Hey,
Inspiration.
talk about inspiration.
Oh my God.
Man.
I want to run through a brick wall right now.
Holy cow.
Start punching things. I just like, you know.
I am inspired, you know.
I hope everybody out there is feeling the inspiration that the three of us are feeling, certainly.
This is the best I felt in weeks, guys. I'm just telling you, I'm feeling really good about stuff right now, you know? Life in general, I feel great about it.
Well, let's see here. We got some current events. Obviously, you know, this is no longer breaking news, so I don't know why we keep putting it on there. The people know. But we do have some breaking news. Mr. Aaron Rigsby actually broke this to us earlier this week. Current events. So Carol Baskin, zoo owner, tiger enthusiast, husband killer, is going to be on this next season of Dancing with the Stars. And really, Riggs, when you sent that to me, I thought it was a joke.
I did too. Not a very funny one.
No, but here she is.
You know, and it's just sad, really. You know, it used to be such a pleasant show with, you know, people that you actually enjoyed and kind of looked up to in a way, and for them to take this step and put somebody of her caliber on the show, I just can't imagine watching a single second of this. You know, I don't get it. I don't get it.
Yeah, I'm with you, Riggs. Used to be a big fan watching all the old athletes come out there and do something that, you know, is different than what they've ever done. It was a fun, enjoyable experience. But now we're talking about bringing somebody who's got a whole lot of luggage that they're dragging behind them. You know, say what you want about the justice system in this country not finding her guilty of any crimes. Nonetheless, okay, there's still some overall shadiness involved. And I'm with you. I'm not going to turn my TV on. I refuse, you know. Next thing you know, we're going to start having all kinds of people that are going to be on this show that we just don't want to see, you know.
Yeah.
Disgusting. And the best word you said, Reese, sad. That's what it is.
It is sad. I agree. And now let's be clear. I've never watched the second of Dancing with the Stars in my life, but I'm certainly not going to start now. I'm not going to start now. My question relating to this is, you know, they could have picked so many people that were better. But, you know, I don't work for ABC, so who am I to tell them what to do? But let's pretend that we did. Who would you rather see on Dancing with the Stars? Who, if you had your druthers, who would you want to see Dancing with Stars?
You know, there's a couple of famous names you can probably throw out there. You know, a guy like you know, our fellow bald brother, Jason Statham. You know, I think he would be an excellent addition. He probably would win the whole thing. Very good athlete. You know, maybe a guy like you know, I don't know if everybody's been on there, but a guy like Chris Carter, the old Vikings wide receiver, also a fellow bald brother. You know, I like watching those athlete guys go on there and kind of do things that you can make a correlation between them and their sport. That was always fun to watch, I thought. Riggs?
Yeah, you know, if we're gonna put Carol Baskin on there, and you're asking who would I rather see? Heck, I'd rather see an army of ants out there doing something. Like just a bunch of grasshoppers or something. But one
You want to see a plague? You want to see a plague?
Yeah.
Okay.
A bunch of grasshoppers.
Literally anything else. But every time I kind of think about the people that have been on there, and I don't know, like you said, I don't know Ramsey, I don't know all of them, but let's get some bigger bodies out there, and I'm not a big WWE fan. Ramsey, I know you are.
Oh yeah.
But the one guy that kind of comes to mind is the Big Show, fellow bald man, big guy, big tall, just wonder how graceful he could really be in that situation,
That would be fun to watch.
Well,
it's the Big Show.
He's just out there just
Yes.
getting it. I think that would be entertaining.
I agree. Well, now I'm kind of wanting to see, like you said, some bigger people out there. I think that, they're underrepresented.
Sure.
They are. But I think I'm going in a slightly different direction. Going back to the old pro athlete thing, I think I'd like to see some of my fellow mustache enthusiasts. I think I'd go with maybe Baker Mayfield or Gardner Minshew.
Minshew.
I think Gardner Minshew would be fantastic. I want to see a
both of those
dance floor. I think that's what the people want to see.
They would both be fun to watch too.
Yes.
They both got good personalities. They're funny guys.
Yes.
I'd like that too.
I would definitely get into that. But Carol, I'm sorry. These three guys, we're not watching you.
No.
Pass.
We're going to pass. Guys, we didn't have any comments from the Peanut Gallery this week, but I do have some shout outs to give. First shout out, the Westmore High School Film Club has asked us to give them a shout out. Guys, they try to raise awareness of the visual arts for the students at Westmore High School. Follow them on Twitter. Go to an informational meeting. Just see what's up with them. Now, I do want to point out that this is a freebie shout out. The next shout out will incur a $2,500 promotional fee. But I'm happy to do
it. Well spent, really. I mean, you'll get that back instantly. So
for sure. They are also working, or at least some of their people are working on getting us a promotional, like a sponsorship from Dollar Shave Club. So we will see. We'll see what happens with that. I'd also love to give a shout out just to see if this person actually watches the BOGcast. I'd like to give a shout out to the #1 fan of the BOG, Melinda Parks. Now let's be clear. She really hates two of us.
Yes.
Yeah, she's not a big fan of me, but she really likes you guys.
Negative.
I think you got that backwards.
Big Rigs fan.
I thought she was saying all that stuff about me sarcastically. That's how I've been taking it this whole time.
I think it might be real.
I don't know what me and Helton did. I'm confused. I've traced it back in my head of things maybe I had said or done. I can't find anything back in these memory banks. You know what I mean? I've created a mortal enemy. But some people go out of their way to bring others down, and some people go out of their way to kind of boost, Aaron Rigsby.
Yeah. It turns out that it's the same person in this case.
Crazily enough, it's the same person.
Yeah.
I wonder, yesterday on the social media, I saw some comments that people, a lot of conversation kind of happening, commenting about my short pants that I wore yesterday for Fancy Friday.
I did see that.
And I wonder if maybe that's the one thing, because really that's the only thing that's different between the three of us. I wear the short pants and you guys just wear the normal length. So do you think if you guys got on the short pant trend, I think that might win her over?
Listen, I'm willing to try whatever at this point.
Yeah.
Hey, Helton, what if you just gave me some of your regular pants? They'd probably be short pants on me.
I think they're too big in the waist for you.
No, hell, no. Okay, me and you are fine. All right. Riggs is the one that weighs $130 now and likes to talk about how skinny he is compared to everybody else. Look at me, I'm a toothpick. Whoa. You feel good about yourself, Riggs?
He is looking lithe these days. You got to admit.
Yeah, that's why his back tightened up last
That's
week.
probably why his back went out on him.
Yeah.
Karma, that's what that's called.
Can't even support the weight of his frail body at this point, but
That ego's pretty heavy.
it is. And I'll break your back. But Melinda, if you're listening, let us know, what did we do? What did we do? Because when you hurt one of us or two of us, you hurt all of us. I just want to say that.
Big facts.
So think about what you say and do, guys, because it carries. If you have questions or comments for the BOG, email, or well, I guess you could email us. Our email is bogcountry3@gmail.com. But you could also shoot them to us on the Twitters at BOGcountry. We also have an Instagram now, so be sure to follow us on Insta.
Flexing.
Yes, and guys, you're gonna see some pictures of these little guys. I'm telling you, it's gonna be real cute. So you got to get on there, get all your BOG needs met. I don't think I should have said that, but it's okay. Guys, what a week.
Man. Been a good episode, guys,
Hey, and can't say this enough. Mr. Braggs, hell of a job. Way to go. Thank you for coming on. I feel like I'm a new me just from this little 10 minutes that he was on our cast,
Yeah.
I'm excited to see where future BOG goes. I think there's nothing but greatness in our future, especially after today's episode.
I agree.
Guys, after getting all the inspiration from Mr. Braggs, I would like to actually formally announce my my candidacy for Teacher of the Year. I'm gonna go ahead and put my name out there, and I'm gonna work my tail off to represent the BOG the way it should be represented, to kind of to show you guys that I can be a contributing member to the group here. I'm gonna do the best I can, for us and for Westmore High School.
Well, I would like to officially announce that the BOG has formally nominated Coleman Ramsey for Teacher of the Year, and we're gonna ride this train, right? Yeah. Until it crashes, we're gonna ride it.
Yes.
And
may happen.
And it may happen, but we may also ride it clean to victory, and that could happen too.
I just like riding trains, so.
Choo-choo.
I don't know if you guys watch Big Bang Theory. I'm very much like Sheldon in that aspect. He's a big fan of trains, and I actually aspire to be an engineer, not a mathematical or science engineer. Engineer that conducts the trains. That's yeah.
Dude, I know a guy who was a train engineer for a while.
Are you serious?
Yes, I do. I'm not going to hook you up because I really don't want you to go drive trains. It would make our life significantly more boring. But I bet I could hook up a train ride for you. Okay. And maybe you get one of those hats.
There you go.
And really, the hat's all you want.
Speaking of hats, the hat you had on yesterday. Well, now, if you guys are curious about the short pants or the hat that Helton wore, or just overall Ramsey's good looks, check out Instagram. We've already kind of plugged it, but the outfits we wore yesterday are on there.
Top notch, looking good.
They were strong.
Fancy Friday once again.
I haven't seen a lot of people join us.
Join us.
They will. They will.
It'll spread.
It'll spread. I need to invest in some new Westmore colored fancy stuff for next week, certainly. So I think I need to do some shopping this weekend. Other than that, we want you to join us. You feel your best when you're fancy, don't you? Don't you guys agree?
Yes.
Agreed.
Yes.
Or when you're asleep.
Something I heard, you always want to dress for the job you want, not the job you have. you know, and if you really aspire to be better in a better situation than what you are, or if you just, you know, you're looking to improve your overall mental state, really, I would highly encourage you partake in Fancy Friday, really from here on out, but especially this Friday coming up.
I agree. Guys, again, what a week. I think we've all earned this long weekend. Get some rest. Those of you out there in bog country, you know, call your mom. Grill something on the BBQ this weekend. Have a drink of your choice, whether that be water or high C.
I see.
I could go for a high C. Maybe have that last popsicle of the summer.
Oh man.
And you know, just stay healthy and happy until we see you again next week. Riggs.
Sing us out, Riggs.
Time.
Bug, bug, bug. Bug, 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 bug.
Until next week, Bog Nation, be good.